Hi, Katie Anderson here, leadership and learning coach. And today I want to talk to you about the real meaning of Kaizen. As a continuous improvement practitioner, I was thrilled by the opportunity to move to Japan in 2015 with my family. And one of the things that I was really focused on was not just learning about Japanese culture and the origins of the Toyota production system and the Toyota way, but also learning how to speak and read Japanese. And this practice helped enrich my understanding of the principles that we call lean and continuous improvement. If you have been working in a continuous improvement mindset or methodology, I'm sure you've heard the word Kaizen before, which often is translated to meaning continuous improvement in the English language. I was fascinated to discover the richer meaning and context when I started to learn the kanji symbols in Japanese. And typically the word here, kai, is translated to meaning change. And the one on the right meaning called zen, meaning good. But if you break these apart, you can see that the symbol on the left here actually comes from the word self, and the one on the right meaning whip. So self and whip is about discipline. It's having about the discipline personally to change, and that you need to, it's not about changing others. It's about changing yourself. It's not necessarily changing a process. It's about your input and changing a process. And then this meaning Zen, which is different from Zen, comes from the symbol meaning sheep, which actually this word represents sacrifice. So it's sacrifice for the good. And so Kaizen has come to be known as sort of in a Kaizen and continuous improvement event, or something we do to a process. But really, the real meaning of Kaizen is about how do we have the discipline to whip ourselves, to change ourselves and sacrifice for the greater good. How do we make changes for the greater good, and how do we make changes in ourselves in order to create better processes, better outcomes, and better results? And so I've seen this word now, Kaizen, is much more and much deeper and on the personal level. I always think of the Devo song, Whip It, now when I think of Kaizen. We have to have the discipline to improve for the greater good. I liken this to also the plan, do, study, adjust cycles, the continuous improvement wheel that we use often in improving processes. And we can apply the same cycle for ourselves. We can do Kaizen on ourselves. We can have the discipline to improve. And this comes from starting with study. So it's more of a study, adjust, plan, do cycle, or SAPD as I like to call it. What are your current habits, and what happens as a result? Then what actions align with who do you want to be, and what does better look like for you? So what is that adjustment you're going to make? Then what's your plan for practice? What experiments are you going to try? And what are you going to do when old habits emerge? Because we never fully extinguish old habits. We just replace them with stronger ones. So what are you going to do to practice to be more aligned with how you want to be showing up? And then what are you going to do? So when and how are you going to practice? And who are you going to engage to help support you? We all improve better when we have the support of others through a coach or a mentor that can help us along the way. And then how do you continue this cycle? How do you study and reflect and know that you're improving, and then continue about making adjustments on that micro level about how you're going to improve? I connect Kaizen and personal plan, do, study, adjust cycles with how we can live and lead with intention. The meaning of intention also became deeper to me when I was in Japan, with this part of the symbol of the word intention, or shiko, coming from the symbol of heart, and the second part of the symbol coming from the word direction. So who do we want to be? What's important to us? And then what direction do we need to orient our actions to be aligned with fulfilling that purpose of what's most important? And we do this through self-discipline and sacrifice and improving ourselves for the good. So personal intention is Kaizen, living with and leading with intention. This is the real meaning of Kaizen. What are you going to do today to improve yourself so that you can help improve others, the communities you're in, the organization, and to fulfill your purpose as a person and as a leader. Thank you for listening today. I'm Katie Anderson. You can get more information on my website at kbjanderson.com. And I look forward to helping support you to live and lead with intention and to fulfill the true meaning of Kaizen.